What's up? What's up? What's up, After Effects fans? It's your girl, Mrs. Sutton. And y'all know anytime I'm coming with some facts. I'm coming for some reality. I'm even coming for some feedback. You know, we need some of our fans to go on the social media pages and tell us what y'all like and what y'all want to hear. You know, no matter what country y'all in, it don't matter what city y'all in, we would love to hear from the fans. So After Effects fans, shout it out. Tell us what y'all want to hear. All right, so y'all already know we got the dude, King Solomon himself. And y'all know I like those topics that's very unexpected. So I'm strolling through my social media, right? Now, I done got to a point on social media where I don't post a lot. I'm more so get on there for the videos, for the fun, for the laughs, right? So I see this one, and it's literally this guy, he's driving. And he says, here's the deal. I will make the money. You make sure you don't blow it all. You cook, and I will do the dishes. I will buy the car. You will be my forever passenger. I love you like no one else can. You love me back equally. Then he says, deal. Right? So as I'm strolling through the comments, I'm seeing a lot of women like, nah, that ain't no deal. This 50-50. I need my own car. Oh, I'm independent. We need to work together. Blah, 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 blah. So, as I'm going through these comments, what comes to my mind is hurt women. Because what I'm seeing is a lot of women who done loved the wrong man, who done invested too much time in the wrong man, who done probably had too many of his kids knowing he wasn't going to commit, but tried to force the idea of love without actually knowing what love really is, right?
She's on one of her rampages.
So I'm seeing these women talking about no, 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 no. And in my spirit, I'm laughing, right? Because it takes me back when I was Miss instead of Mrs. And I remember how many people talking about, oh, you independent. Oh, you got your life together. When he step up, he got to come hard. He got to do this. He got to do that. And I remember shutting all that down. Saying
that she did.
I'm not asking for his money. I'm not asking for him to have it all the way together.
Now, I'm just going to throw this in. I was making less than her at the time.
So I'm like, but who said I needed all of this? Because a ready-made man come with ready-made problems. Let's start there. What do you mean, Mrs. Sutton? I want that guy that got the house, the car, and everything, and all I got to do is move in and make it home. Wrong. You wrong so many ways from Sunday, it ain't even funny. Here's the problem with your list of what you want out of a man and what he need to have and all these extra qualifications. You're not leaving yourself room to grow. When I came into my marriage, my husband was not making a lot. But I told him, I said, if I ask for a double cheeseburger, can you go buy it?
She did.
He said, yeah. I said, if I needed $1, can you give it to me?
She did.
I said, that's all I need to know. Now, here's what he about to find out almost 4 years later. There was a reason for those questions. The reason is this. My ultimate question is, if I need you, are you going to be there? And are you wise enough and mature enough as a man to recognize even when I don't say I need you? But that's the problem. Women are not feminine enough to let a man see when she needs something.
You know the feminists ain't gonna like that.
Well, it's not a bash against women. It's saying, because there's a flip side to this, and I'm gonna get there. Women are taught these simple things that says you gonna keep a man forever if you do this. If you know how to cook, if you know how to clean, you can bear 100 of his kids. Oh, and you gonna take his crap with it. It don't matter how many times this man go out and cheat on you. You better not say a word as long as he paying them bills and he bringing home the money.
A lot of money.
So you telling me,
don't forget verbal and physical abuse.
Of course. So you're telling me that I'm supposed to act like a good little girl as long as he's providing these things and, here's the word, chastising me in the process?
No, you didn't use that big word.
So you're telling me to marry my daddy? Because that's what my father is supposed to do. My father is supposed to provide a certain lifestyle for me. My father is supposed to correct me when I'm wrong. My father is supposed to discipline me. That's my daddy's job. But when I married my husband, I wasn't looking to marry my daddy.
Quiet on the set.
Facts. Now, don't get me wrong, ladies. I can see how generations and generations and generations of this situation has completely gotten misconstrued. Because I remember there was another post on social media that said, men say, oh, women don't cook like grandma used to do. On the flip, men don't pay bills like grandpa used to do.
Hello.
Which is a true statement.
Modern day society.
Exactly. So
both parties suck.
Oh yeah. When it comes down to it, I see a lot of women who belittle men, tear them down, tell them that they ain't nothing. Oh, and my favorite, mommy's boys. But here is the problem with that. One of the reasons I married my husband is because of how he took care of his mama.
Oops.
Because I knew that if he'll love his mama right, I got a good chance of him loving me right.
But that's so 1800s.
Yeah, no, it's not. Because if you can't respect the woman who gave birth to you, why would I ever expect you to respect the woman who you want to give birth to your seed?
I heard a dude tell a feminist this. He said that you want a traditional man, but you're not a traditional woman. The two can't coincide.
It's not. And I'm not going to sit up here and lie. I am not your traditional female. I don't believe me woman, you man, caveman. I
want food.
I don't believe in none of that. On the flip side, because there's a two part to this, I am the one that will make a whole entire 5-course meal from scratch.
Mm-hmm.
I am the one that will coordinate and dress and buy her husband's clothes. I am the one that will cut his hair. I am the one that will cut his toenails, rub his feet. I am that woman.
Baby, I'm ready. Baby, I'm ready, ready, ready.
On the flip side, I ain't got no problem with going out and making a paycheck.
The one thing that I told her in the beginning, I am not, repeat, I ain't going to require nothing of her that I wouldn't do for myself. 4 years strong, and there has yet been one thing that I have asked for her that I have not done in return.
And that's true. But then on the flip of that, there are certain things that I do not expect him to do.
I tried.
Ooh. Here's the
but
thing.
she like, baby, no.
No. Here's the thing.
I do the same thing. It's just certain stuff I'm just not gonna let her do.
I'm not gonna expect an example of that is we have to come to the realization of these quote unquote standards that we set.
I don't believe in them. I hate them. We both hate them.
There are some men that ain't gonna clean like you clean.
Now hold up now.
I didn't say not clean good.
Now listen.
But
you stop letting me clean after that little small mishap.
We not going there. But what I'm saying is that women like to nitpick. Oh, well, that wasn't done the way I would have done it, or this ain't clean the way I would have cleaned it. Well, I live by a true philosophy. If you want it done your way, do it yourself. Because while my husband is an OCD person, I'm OCD as well. But the way we do things is two totally different ways.
That it is.
I'm one, I hate stuff on my counters.
She do.
I hate stuff on my table.
She does.
I hate stuff out of place.
She do.
I'm very meticulous in what I do.
Yes.
On the flip side of that, my husband is meticulous about what he does. But as long as it's neat, he don't mind stuff on the counters. That irritates me. That works for him.
Yep.
I don't like stuff a certain way. But he's fine with it.
As long as it's neat.
As long as it's neat. We see things differently, but guess what?
It works for us.
The fact that he cleans is a reason for me not to complain. So, I'm going to get mad. My house clean, but it's a bottle sitting on my counter. Okay. I can overlook that. It's certain things that I have learned to overlook.
Yep.
And that's the problem with this new age generation of marriage. Y'all don't want to work together. It's your way or the highway. It's if it's not done like this, it's not done correctly. No. That's not how that goes. You're not raising your children. You are talking to your partner. And when you're talking to your partner, there is a certain way, especially women, let me help you. Please learn how to communicate with these men. Because you jack these men all up. Because you come to them with this grocery list of stuff that you want them to do. Love me right. What does that mean? What does it mean to love? Why are we throwing out these generalized statements with no foundation?
Love me right How can I love you if you ain't taught me how to love you?
Because I'm sorry, a person can't give you what you ain't spoke out your mouth.
Nope.
When I went to my husband, and our first initial conversation, I said, hey, don't come to me if you ain't trying to be real. If you not trying to make a commitment.
Because she thought I was a goofball.
Because playtime is over. I'm ready to settle down. I'm ready to get married. I'm ready to establish a life with someone. Playtime is over. If you're for the community, stay in the community. Don't bring that to my table. Why am I saying this? Because I set an expectation instead of what I see is you let him love you damagedly. You let him impart in you all his hurt, all his pain, all his trauma. You done became the punching bag. You done became the person that he deflects all his past emotions and hurt on because you ain't set no standard. You told him that you gonna accept whatever he bring to the table. And here's the problem. Once you start something with a man, you can't come back and say, well, no, that's not what I said. No, the problem is you didn't say anything.
Set the ground rules first.
You didn't say anything. You were too busy talking about how fine he looked in them jeans, and you was too busy trying to lay down, not understanding that what he'd imparted in you is every bit of anger, animosity, hurt. Because we got to come out this phase like men don't have feelings.
What's that?
Like men don't get hurt. No, there is some jacked up women out here who took some good men through the ringer.
I'm one of them.
And as a result, a real woman, hey, gotta pay the price.
She did for all the way up. Matter of fact, all the way up to right before I went into the hospital, she paid the price.
And is it fair? No, but let's flip it. There are a lot of good women who make men pay the price for what some knucklehead did. We got to stop this and start taking accountability. This is something I said to my husband when we went through this. Well, I'm hurt. Well, you knew. Well, you this. No, sweetheart. Take ownership for what you allowed. Ooh. What you mean, Mrs. Sutton? I didn't tell him to hurt me. I didn't tell her to, but you did. You did. When you didn't set a standard. You did when they pulled some foolish crap the first time and you let it slide. You did when you pulled on weakness instead of strength. Yeah, you did. You did.
Case in point, I know somebody right now that's been in a relationship for almost a quarter of a decade. This particular individual, still to this day, have no problem, although it hasn't been anything physical involved. But me and Mrs. Sutton agree on this. Emotional cheating is physical cheating. If for all of our relationship, the only thing I can do is disrespect you by telling another woman in front of you how fine or good looking or how great or wonderful she is, even though I haven't physically done it, emotionally I done did it several times.
Oh yeah, and here's the thing. I will say this too. I could compliment a person all day long. There is a line between recognizing that someone looks handsome or someone looks beautiful and lusting after what you see.
Hello.
That's the cheating. I can associate with folks all day long. I'm very honest. My husband knows that I have co-workers, people I used to work with in different areas as I've progressed through healthcare. And I know male doctors, female doctors. I know men and women.
Yep.
I see folks, hey, what's up, my guy? How you doing? Oh, how's the wife?
She'll tell you.
Because majority of the people that I'm connected with, watch this, they're married.
She will tell you right now. I was raised with the country style. So, country folks, we have no problem. I don't care where we up. What's up, baby? Yes, baby. That's just how we talk. But once she sat me down and said that bothered her, I changed.
Yes, and here's the thing. It wasn't that the language bothered me because I did grow up for some odd years in the South. So everybody is, hey, boo. Hey, babe. How you doing?
Love.
What's up? Hey, love. And I talk like that.
That's how.
That's literally how we talk about. Yeah. It's two co-workers. One is a security guard.
Yep.
Whole wife. Let me specify. Whole wife. Whole 4, 5 kids.
Well.
And actually is a police officer in my district and knows my family name.
Well, and me.
My husband has not met this individual in person.
But knows of me.
But he definitely knows of my husband because even if he didn't know of my husband, watch this. I make my husband known.
Very well.
So therefore, you can't misconstrue a doggone thing.
Listen, you come across me and I'm by myself. I definitely make my white presence known. Now, the way I make it known, she doesn't necessarily
right, because he go overboard, but
I don't. That's a topic for another day.
Right, but the whole thing is
like don't try to come with me with that nonsense.
It's right, and it's cool. It's like one. So because he's a security guard at my current place of employment.
My whole family.
He also is a police officer, as I stated, for our district. So they've started kind of
subcontracting.
Yeah, subcontracting in our particular area. So I've seen him a couple of times. The first thing he said, he like, well, what is you doing over here when you was just over there? And I'm like, oh, you know what it is, whatever. How's the wife? How you? Oh, good. How's your husband? Grandma. Like, folks know my family without knowing my family.
Right.
Therefore, so there's this whole conversation, this whole dialogue going on.
Yep.
So, of course, messy people.
Here, make sure you specify.
Messy people. So, I have a particular coworker who, stop it. Who was kind of like, oh, well, that's your company or whatever case may be. Honey boo boo. Let me go ahead, because I know for a fact that you hear this dialogue. How's the wife? How's the husband? How's the kids? But I've also learned that insecure people will try to make you insecure.
Ooh, that's good.
I don't have that problem.
Nope.
Because one of the first things I said to my husband coming in the door, I really don't particularly like females.
And one of the things I told her coming in the door is, I don't particularly like either side.
Right. But why did I tell that dialogue?
Listen, she'll tell you. I really don't like nobody.
He really don't. But the fact of the matter is why did I say that? Because any male or female that calls my phone or anything of that nature, they know they're very respectful.
And I need to say this, and you know where I'm getting ready to go with this. And I'm trying to be respectful in saying this, but y'all know who I am. I don't bite my tongue. If your significant other cannot go through your phone whenever they want to, why are you with them?
I don't, like I said, he could access my phone anytime. And he does not know, hence the trust factor. Let's put it out there. He doesn't know every person I know.
Just like she doesn't know.
I don't know every person you know.
But the one thing we do know is we know everybody.
Exactly.
And everybody knows us.
So what does that mean? He's come to me and said, and I've had to look at him crazy. Oh, babe, my classmate, she, or I accepted she, or such and such. Oh, she called me. And I'm looking at him like, and I care because?
Like, it's been times that I've told her, I'm like, I don't know who this is. I'm like, hey, can you answer that?
But I'm just like, here's the thing. One thing I said is that I'm not going to change who I am.
Yep.
To accommodate you. I had friends before you. They all know who you are, whether you know them or not.
Right.
There is not a person that can call, text, message. And to be honest, my folks so cool, they don't even contact me like that. I had one friend, he came out the blue. I ain't talked to him since my husband responded to his birthday text last year. Okay? That's how you know when you know who you're married to. Because I was asleep. And the individual texted said, "Happy birthday, baby girl," or something of that nature. He replied, "Thank you." He wasn't up there on no, and that's the problem. He wasn't up there on no, well, who is this? Well, why you calling my wife? Or why you telling my wife happy birthday? Now, knowing this individual for almost 20 years, they would have laughed like, bro, I know who you are.
Here's the kicker. The funniest thing that has ever happened to us. We went to a family reunion.
Oh, Lord.
At one of our aunt's house. Now, this is everybody's first time really meeting me. So she thought, hey, they shooting outside that firecracker. Anyways.
I don't know, but I ain't going to find out either.
I know. Yeah, we're going to finish this recording and I'm going to go hide under my bed. Anyways, so I showed up. We showed up. And before she could utter the words, "This is my husband," said, "What's up? Hey, homie, what's going on?" And everybody in the family turned around and looked. It was like, how do y'all know each other? It's a small world. They were like, the world ain't that small. I'm like, Cleveland ain't as big as everybody think it is.
So, I mean, yeah, it's one of them situations. But what is my point to this whole episode? When I saw that, again, I saw a lot of damaged women.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. You have to be able to decipher what's going to work best for your life. If you're damaged, if you're hurt, please don't go out and get into another relationship.
Yep.
Until you heal. Seriously. Do not go out and get into another relationship until you heal from the one that hurt you, or, as I told someone many, many years ago, until you heal from breaking your own heart.
Can you elaborate on that?
Because here's the problem. If we be honest with ourselves, we can go down and say Jimmy hurt us, Claire hurt us, John hurt us, Susie hurt us. But if you really mature out here, you gonna go back and say, wow. Because I guarantee you, John didn't just hurt you. He told you he didn't want to be with you like that.
Mm-hmm.
He told you he didn't want this relationship. He told you he didn't want to get married. He told you this because men are not very good liars.
Mm-mm.
And I think as women, we give men too much credit. They're not this big manipulative people that you think that they are.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't say nothing verbally, believe me, their actions. I will give you a prime example. It was this guy. Met him at work. Cool. First question I said is, are you in a relationship? Are you with anybody? They told me no. They're a single father. Whatever. All right, cool. Time go on. And my spidey senses start kicking up.
That's women intuition.
Because what I started noticing is you ain't had no problem with coming to my house. But you ain't never say nothing about coming to yours.
Mm-hmm.
And the excuse was always, my kids. Now, in the beginning of them situations, you understand that, because you don't bring any and everybody around your kids.
Yep.
But then stories started not lining up. Oh, my baby mama had to come spend the night. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I had to go get her oldest son and bring him to come move with me because he wasn't listening to his mama. Huh?
Ding dong, the wishes did.
So I'm listening to this. And I love when people think I'm naive. I swear I love it. It's so fun.
I love playing dumb.
I do too. So I'm letting this situation play out all while Buddy Boy think that he just got this whole entire situation locked down. But Pippin slipped up one day. I never forget it. One day, I'm on the phone, we talking, and the pattern I noticed was he would always wait till he was driving to the store.
Mm-hmm.
Or he'll be outside in the garage trying to talk on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
But if you live by yourself and it ain't nobody in the house but your sons, why you gotta be outside your house to talk on the phone?
Uh-oh.
So one particular day, my guy slipped up. He talking in the house, and I hear this female in the background.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't say nothing. Again, my husband tell you, I'm good at playing dumb.
Mm-hmm.
So, then I noticed that he walking around claiming me and I ain't put no claims on nothing. Wasn't that funny?
I tried to tell you.
I was like, what?
That's actually how we wound up together.
Yeah. So I'm looking at this situation. I'm like, yeah.
Matter of fact, that was a big fight between us.
Yeah, because he argued me down for like a whole year talking about me and this individual was in a relationship. I said, no, we were not. He was in a relationship. I wasn't in nothing. But needless to say.
Yeah, that's a long story.
Yeah, it is. That's for a whole nother show. Mm-hmm. But needless to say, one particular day, I get a phone call. Oh, individual in jail. So I started doing some investigating. We got all kind of suspended licenses, DUIs, everything else going on out here. I'm like, oh, all right. Thank God he always have a ram in the bush. Because it wasn't until I was good into my marriage that I happened to... There was a comment on one of my wedding photos that said, congratulations, but you didn't have to block me though. What do you mean? I'm not no disrespectful woman. I'm in a legit relationship, and I tell anybody, a relationship is a prelude to a marriage. So how I conducted myself when we wasn't in the home together did not change when he changed my last name and we got into one house together.
Who was that funny?
So I happened to, now mind you,
I'm asleep. I don't know until she wake me up.
A few years prior to that, it was, I don't do social media. I don't have a social media. Okay. So.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, my. You know what? Okay.
Right. So, again, why I'm saying this story for a reason, because men ain't this smart. As women get, oh, he lied to me. No, he didn't. You just ain't want to pay attention. So, I go to the social media, and what do I find? Dude whole married. Whole married. I said, oh. Well, it is a good thing that one, because of my faith, I didn't know. Two, that I really started paying attention to the red flags. So this is what I mean when I say you break your own heart. And at some point, accountability has to take a part in that. Mm-hmm. And you have to really be honest with yourself and say, no, I let this situation go on too long. I allowed my emotions to get played. Because as hardcore as us women try to act, that ain't our makeup. We ain't hardcore for real. Now, it don't mean that some of us can't throw no hands. That ain't what I'm saying. But what I am saying is, come on now. When we fall in love, we fall in love. And it was my girl Eve that said, love is blind. And that is a true statement. Because we began to overlook stuff because we in love. But the truth is, we don't be in love. We be in infatuation. Because love don't blind you. Mm-mm. Real love holds you up. Mm-hmm. Real love also holds you accountable. Real love is patient with you. It's kind. Mm-hmm. It's gentle. It's long-suffering. Mm-hmm. It does not keep record of wrongdoing.
Come on.
See, the real definition of love, that's God's love. Mm-hmm. There is no other definition But God's definition, that's real. God's definition of love is why my husband ain't never got to blink an eye. It ain't another man out here for me.
And she ain't never got a break. I don't want nobody else. Y'all too retarded for me.
Come on.
I'm sorry. Between the bestiality thing.
Oh Lord, we was not talking about that, man.
No, I'm just naming stuff between that and then they just. This is the problem that I have with modern day women.
Oh Lord.
And I try to be cool and I try to be patient because I don't really sound off a lot. But I'm gonna just state the truth. I've always supported equality. But when does equality go from building up one sex to destroying another?
Because the sexes were never made to be equal in the first place. I'm just answering your question because when you think about it, there is an order.
Yes, there is.
That real order is God, man, woman, children,
and everybody else.
The problem is men took head of the house as authoritative.
I'm gonna take it a step further, and you know me. They took it and they abused it.
Very much so.
And they abused it in such a way that they have created this problem that we now have, which is called masculine femininity.
Right, because now we got a bunch of women who, if you even say the word submit, feel like you talking about that they gotta bow down and worship the man and kiss his feet. Listen here, let me help you. Let me help you. When the man that you are married to is the man that God called him to be.
Stop right there. I want you to repeat that.
When the man that you are married to becomes the man God called him to be.
For the last time. Repeat that.
When the man that you are married to is the man God called him to be, you will have not a problem with understanding what it means to submit. Because he will automatically give you something to submit to. My husband does not have to beg me to do anything. Because I don't have to beg him to do anything. I could work 10 hours and if my husband asks me to make him a plate of food, that's what I'm going to do. Because I know he'll do it for me. I don't have a problem with anything. Because I know he doesn't have a problem with anything with me. But again, we have to quit trying to force ourselves into places that we don't fit. Stop looking at the typical stigma. Oh, he gotta be 6 foot plus tall. He got that make 100K, 6 figures a year. He got to be this, he got to be that, because that's who, that's what he does. But who is he? And because you're so focused on the outer appearance, you're missing who he really is. And you don't find out until you done got too far involved. That is the problem. Men say, I want a woman who's going to work a job and do this and do that. But then don't let your ego get in the way if she making more money than you.
Uh-oh. That's curse words.
Because this is not a pissing competition.
And on the flip side, ladies, just because you make more than him, don't think you can use that to low grade him and beat him over the head. Because a lady is now divorced because she made more money than her husband. And she went out, and because she made the most money, had all kind of different friends, and now she has lost everything.
And here's the thing. That old school song that say it's cheaper to keep her.
Mm-hmm. That don't just apply to women.
Thank you. And here's the crazy part. Because I don't know why people forget that women pay child support too. I don't know why people forget that women can pay alimony too.
Uh-oh.
That the same rules apply whatever lifestyle you got him accustomed to.
My dear, you absolutely right. They have forgotten.
Yeah. Because society is so busy browbeating men.
Yeah.
That we forget it's some real down low women out here too.
But because the system is designed for them, they know how to work it and use it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, real talk, a lot of... Okay. Yeah, I'm going to definitely be blackballed. There are many judges...
Are you going where I think you're going?
That honestly don't need to be in a black robe.
Oh.
Because how do you, as a judge, drag these men through the ringer without even understanding that women play a part in that too?
Uh-oh.
I could not be a judge and make, I don't care how much money he make. I ain't taking no trillions of dollars a month from this man. I'm not doing it. And why I ain't doing it? Because you lay down. I had a health teacher. And I had a classmate at that time that got so pissed off she stormed out the classroom. Because on our first day of class, this teacher said, nowadays, people are having babies because they want to. Because it is too many methods out here to keep you from having them.
Uh-oh.
And there happened to be a teen mom in there that got offended and stormed out. But as I matured, I understood exactly what she was saying. Be real. Some of these women trap these men into having these kids, thinking that having his baby is going to keep him. Baby, no. If he don't want to be there, he ain't going to be there. So what you do, you take him to court. But what you don't tell the judge is, he told me he didn't want to be a father. You don't say that. You don't tell the judge how you was going around poking holes in the condoms.
Uh-oh.
You don't tell the judge about how you lied about being on birth control. And he was dumb enough to trust you and not use a condom. And you got pregnant.
Yep.
You don't tell the judge that.
Why? Because half of the judges is automatically on it because all she had to do is show up crying, talking about what he did. And she could have been the one in the wrong. Cheated 3,000 times. Still gonna get half of everything even if they didn't work together to get it.
Now, here's what I believe.
I believe some of them judges will score, and the way they get back is to take it out on whoever do it.
Most definitely. But I also feel like we need to advocate for a fair system.
Yeah.
Because a fair system to me is I'm taking both y'all income.
Ooh.
And I am doing a complete 50-50 split. So what does that mean? If he got to pay $2,000 a month, you got to put up $2,000 a month. And there's going to be an account that I'm going to monitor that's going to make sure on the first of every month that I see a total of $4,000 a month for 18 years. And every time you come in for a pay increase, y'all both gonna increase. Because here's the truth. If he got his own place, he's only responsible for providing for that child at his house.
Exactly.
Just like you're only responsible for providing for that child at your house. And I've heard this. Well, the lights go up, the gas go up. Okay, but
I'm so sick of that.
let me help you out. You was gonna have to pay them bills, regardless to that child. And it is not another adult's responsibility to pay your bills, because those are your bills. And how your child used them bills is on you. So if you let your child stay up to 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning on game systems, on this or that, and you looking at a $300 light bill, guess what? It ain't his responsibility to pay half.
Did you just say that?
It ain't. It's your responsibility to get control of your household. That's what that is. So, no. This is going to be an easy 50-50 split. And it'll be so far split that if the child do sports, you going to have to submit the bill for the total payment. And he's going to have to take his half and you going to have to pay your half. I don't understand this. Oh, well, you're going to give this and this because of your income. Is her income even counted?
Nope, because he has to pay for her lifestyle.
But the thing about it is, I told my husband this. I said, I don't believe, and we've had this conversation before, After Effects fans, I don't believe in child support. Because I think it's so demonic. Because it does not get used for the purposes that it should. It's supposed to be used for the child. Not your bills. Not your hair. Not your nails.
What about my new booze, Jordans and LeBrons?
And definitely nothing to do with a new relationship.
Are you sure about that?
Positive. But then again, who am I, right?
Who am I?
Just a person that really want to put my After Effects people on game. I watched this video.
Yeah.
And I see this man basically saying, if you put your trust in me, you ain't got to worry.
Let me tell you something.
But I saw so many women say,
bashing him. I know.
I got to worry.
But you know what? That ain't even the most retarded one I've seen this week. I shared a lot of different videos on the After Effects Facebook page. Go to it, like it, share it, comment. You'll see all the different posts and every episode that we post on there, you'll be able to see everything. However, it was one video. It messed me up. And I'm trying to remember it from verbatim, but it went something like this. This lady said that the dude that she has to make 100,000 plus a year. The man has to give her full access to his bank account. She wants to be a stay-at-home wife, and she needs to be able to do whatever she wants to do, and he doesn't need to ask of her whereabouts or her concerns. Furthermore, her response is, if I go to the club, I can dress how I want to dress. The interviewer said, so if your husband or your man says what you have on is revealing too much, he don't have a right to say that? She said that it ain't none of his business what I wear. As long as I'm coming home to you, it shouldn't have a problem if I have 15 or 20 guy friends. Then he broke that down, the guys being in friend zone. You know, she got up and got mad and got to hollering and cussing at him.
I'm pretty sure she did, because here's the thing. I don't need no friend, whether male or female, that don't respect the fact that I'm married.
We went through something like that.
Hence why a nice portion of my friends aren't friends. Because again, if you cannot respect the fact
you don't need to be around me
that I'm married, because I'm not just married, I have a marriage. And those are two totally different things, because being married is the logistics, the piece of paper, the ceremony.
So they say.
The marriage is how you live after you've gotten married. So when you can't respect the union, you got to go.
And I'm going to just say this, just in case you guys are listening. And I'm going to be real about this. If you are friends and your spouse introduce you as their spouse, and the spouse build a relationship with you, then you have a relationship outside of your long-term friend. And then if you go behind their back and do something crazy, and then wonder why the spouse responded the way they did, that's because you broke the relationship that y'all had. Although it may have looked like it was a part of your long-term relationship, no, that was a part of the relationship that you two came in agreement and made together.
So, we know we're going to have to do a part 2 on this. Because these videos is going up, and I am loving these responses, because honestly, I'm learning a lot. And I'm learning how much of this world is truly damaged for putting faith and trust in the wrong man or woman. So when somebody real come along with a real proposal, you doubt it at every corner. But I think we're going to take the next few weeks and try to help y'all out on that.
I think we should continue with what we've been doing with the No Holds Bar. We're just going to put this up as part 3. We'll see you on the next round. I'm King Solomon Jr.
I'm Mrs. Sutton.
Until the next ride.
Peace.
Deucey, deucey, doo.